Hi everybody, how's it going? Thanks for watching this video. So today I thought I would take a look at job developer adverts. Now, I think a major thing that affects most job seekers is not really knowing how to dissect and read an ad properly. It's kind of hard to understand and decipher exactly what it is you're looking at. And it's also something that affected me when I first started looking. I didn't really know what I was looking at or looking for in terms of a job ad. So I thought today I'm just going to go to indeed.co.uk and indeed.com. And I'm going to look at some job ads from London, New York and San Francisco just to kind of see what's out there and see if I can sort of decipher the ads for you. So I'm actually going to jump into the computer, so you'll see me down in the bottom corner somewhere, and I'll take it over from there. So let's start here in London. The first role I found here was a front-end JavaScript developers at the House Shop. London EC1V, it's a pretty generic postcode. The House Shop is looking for versatile JavaScript developers experienced in React and Express to add expertise to our talented tech team. We're in the process of completely redesigning our website and have begun writing a component-based framework using Express and React. So they might be using Node to do stuff, like a Node.js sort of server architecture to serve up a React app. They are looking for people that have 3 years commercial JavaScript experience working with React, experience working with Express and Node, HTML, CSS, and Next.js, which I'm guessing is some sort of web framework. That's it. And then they are a little bit about the House Shop. So it's a bit of a disruptor company. They're looking to disrupt the real estate or the property market. Kind of like if you know them, Purple Bricks or Zoopla or Rightmove here in the UK. Our team members enjoy competitive salaries and benefits. Our office is in a great location in central London. We work in a fast-paced, energetic startup environment. So they're a startup, basically. That's kind of good, actually, because they don't really expect too much of you. Yes, they want people with 3 years experience. That's fine. They want people that work with React, which is pretty standard for London, to be honest. But they don't really go much beyond that. Being that they are a startup, they probably want people that can jump straight in and know what they're doing without having to be coached. But equally, they could be looking for people that are willing to come in and sort of just, be very open-minded and learning. I don't know. Who would apply for this role? I think you should apply for this role if you're going to move. If you've already been working somewhere for a year, and you want to sort of make the next step in your career, maybe do something a little bit more long term. Once you've got something on your CV, I'd apply for this role. But I don't know if you need 3 years to apply for this one, but I wouldn't apply for this role as a junior or somebody straight out of a boot camp, only because it's a startup. You're probably not going to have your hand held very much. You probably should know what you're doing a little bit more in a professional environment first. So this one is a front-end web developer at Vista Entertainment Solutions, based in Hammersmith. We're looking for a front-end web developer to join our newly created in-house digital agency. Okay, that's interesting. What are you going to be doing? You're going to be developing new user-facing features. So you're going to be building stuff that people are going to be using. Build reusable code and libraries for future use. Okay, that's a good thing to see that's kind of what they want to happen in the future. They want to build reusable code, or they want to, have their stuff reusable. And then 2 to 4 years web development experience, ideally in a commercial and e-commerce organization. Okay, so you can be quite junior for this role. Excellent development skills and experience including. So you've got no HTML, CSS, less or Sass, client-side frameworks, including jQuery. Okay. Good understanding of Angular, Knockout, or React. So that's pretty standard frameworks. Good understanding of asynchronous request handling, blah, 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 blah. Do you know Photoshop? Again, it's a very generic ad. There's not really much substance. Like, they want a lot of things. There's a lot of bullet points here, but there's not a lot of like actual substance to what you need to know to do this. Because also the role itself is very generic. There's no real information here. And this is what they want. They want people that know Umbraco CMS, that can use test-driven development, experience using source control, which, to be honest, if you're developing in 2019, if you don't know how to use Git, go learn how to use Git. Experience in transactional consumer e-commerce and digital environment, and experience in UX and customer journey design. Cinema entertainment industry experience is a benefit. This is a very random job. I don't really understand what they do. I don't know who the company are. I don't really know what they're looking for. But the only thing that stands out to me is they're looking for somebody with 2 to 4 years experience. So if you're a junior, apply for this job. If you know React, if you know Angular, apply for this job. This is very much just like a phishing application. Just apply. I mean, the worst thing they'll turn around and say no, or they just won't get back to you. But I don't think they know what they're looking for necessarily either. So this is a very much just apply for it role. This is a senior, so they say it right up there in the title, at Finixio, which I'm guessing is a finance company. And they've also, if it's not clear enough they're looking for seniors, they're listing the salary that they're willing to pay, which is 50 to 70 grand. So if you're a senior, apply for this role. Are you fed up working with companies' websites as a means to an end and not their primary function of the business? Okay, so they're a cryptocurrency. So they're right. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's a lot of bold here, and it's sort of taking my eyes and my visual attention around. I don't really know what to focus on. Blah 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 blah. Ability to create pixel-perfect websites. If so, Finixio could be for you. Based in central London, Monument, which is out in the city of London, Finixio is a lead generation and affiliate marketing company building websites, appealing to audiences worldwide. Our sites cover news, education, comparison, and reviews within the following exciting niches: cryptocurrency, forex and online trading, stocks and shares, personal finance, loans, and banking. This company probably makes tons of money. They make tons of money by referring people to, trading platforms as affiliates, which is it's a very, very profitable business. But you have to be okay with the fact that you're working with some morally ambiguous industries, let's say. So they've got 20 websites. So basically they've got 20 websites of all different types of sort of niches, basically there with funnels and sign-up forms to get leads, basically, to sell onto or to email themselves and get people to sign up for trading platforms. It's pretty standard kind of like, user acquisition area of the web. So you'll probably be doing a lot of upkeep on websites, a lot of adding articles, a lot of changing content, a lot of A/B testing, all that sort of stuff. What are they saying that you'll be doing is that you'll be a hands-on developer, without the H that's been bolded there, looking after a talented team of 4 in-house developers. So immediately, you're going to be a senior in charge of 4 other people. So not only do you need to be a good developer here, you also need to be a good manager. So don't apply for this if you just come out of a boot camp, is what I'm saying. Right, after all that bold, requirement and tech stack. Right, immediately, that word there just pops out to me, which means that they build all their websites in WordPress. They've probably got a huge network of WordPress websites that all funnel people to specific places. You're not going to be doing a lot of groundbreaking tech here. This is going to be a lot of upkeep, a lot of bug fixing. It's not going to be, in my opinion, exciting work. But hey, they want to know people that know how to work with React. A brilliant opportunity to grow your career and work with a fun, fast-paced, growing company. Central London office with free office lunch every Wednesday and other non-compulsory social events. Non-compulsory is so fun to hear. So much fun that you don't have to go to things if you don't want to. Flexible and relaxed working environment, 30 days annual leave, very nice. They've got a gym on site, pretty good, and a good salary. Yeah, I mean, and look, and they even say they're looking for devs and people with leadership experience. So again, yeah, I wouldn't apply for this job if you were straight out of a boot camp. I'd apply for this job if you've got 3 to 4 years experience, and if you're okay working in that industry. But yeah, it's a pretty good job ad actually. They tell you a lot, they teach you a lot, and you have the company here, so you can go off and do your own research and stuff. So that's a pretty good, clear ad. I picked this one because it's pretty cool, because this is actually an ad from the UK government. The Department for Business, Energy and Industrial Strategy are looking for a web developer. Being it's a government role, the pay that they're looking to pay is a very specific number, which is always funny. But this is kind of cool because it gives you a bit of a background or a little bit of an insight into what government digital services, what kind of tech the government are using on their websites, on their customer-facing websites. If you've ever been to a UK.gov website, they're actually pretty good. So it's always cool to kind of see behind the scenes what they're working with. So really, immediately off the bat here, we're looking for people that know Node.js, Vue, React, SQL, and C#. Again, I wouldn't say that C# isn't a requirement here, but it's a nice to have. And also, being that this is a civil service job, if you're not right for this role, you're probably going to be good for another government role. I think government roles are pretty good places to start if you're a graduate. If you've just done a CS degree and you don't have any professional experience yet, getting into a civil service role is a really good idea, because you will get in at a very good place. You'll be taught a lot. You'll be given a lot of leeway. So yeah, no, it's actually a pretty good job role, to be honest. You should know both SQL and use REST APIs. Right, high level. This is quite cool. So they give you sort of a look immediately, like what kind of stuff are we working on here? Second line support of existing applications, probably be a lot of bug fixing. New functionality on an existing application written in C#. Yeah, now it starts to get a bit thin. You need to know JavaScript. Obviously, you need to have a good idea of a front-end framework. Do you know to work with REST APIs? A lot of stuff. Oh, seems that they work with GitHub. Okay. Do you know how to work with Jira? Have you done Agile Scrum? Counting knowledge. That's interesting. Knowledge of OLAP. IBM Congress Planning, Analytics, and Data Warehousing. That is a very, very, very niche requirement if you know that. So if you do know that, you're pretty a shoo-in for this job. The successful candidate will be offered training and the chance to gain experience in data warehousing, Microsoft Power BI, Microsoft Excel, and VBA. Cool. And look, if you wish to discuss the role further, this is again why civil service jobs are so good. I have the person's email here that I can send her or he an email and ask them how is it is. What do I need to know? How is it is? That's not even a phrase, but you can get in contact with the person actually working there and ask them straight up what's it like. The benefits probably pretty good, being it's a government role. Yeah, if I was a new grad, if I had somebody that just finished a CS degree, I would definitely apply for this without a doubt. But yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty clear. And then this one, finally, I found in London is at a company called Revolut. Revolut are a digital bank. They're kind of a disruptor in the market. They have an app that you can, use on your phone to do your banking with. Being that they're a new company, even they're straight up there, they're not about fixing legacy systems. I think along the same vein, if you've ever heard of Monzo, they're kind of the same thing. And even there, they say they're looking for a senior front-end developer. So let's skip right to the bottom. What do they mean by senior? Or what are they looking for as a senior? We're looking for an employee 1 to employee 1,000. Okay, cool. What you'll be doing. So they don't say how much experience you need, but they give you a pretty good idea of what you need to be able to do. Collaborate closely with other teams, maintain visual guidelines, deep understanding of React, so they use React, ES 2015, Flexbox, CSS modules, proficiency in Sketch, excellent communications. Okay, bonus points. A GitHub account with some cool projects in it. Amazing debugging skills. How you show that, I have no idea. But you might be asked about that in an interview. And experience developing responsive mobile-first websites. A little bit more about Revolut, who they're looking for, and then the benefits. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. It's always fun to see new up-and-coming fintech, especially in London, companies advertising for roles. They're looking for a senior. I would guess that anybody with that 3 years experience could apply for this role, and they would at least be, they would have a conversation with you. Yeah, no, it's a pretty good ad. They really do like to list off the benefits. It'd be interesting to see how much of this stuff actually is in the real world actually happens. And then what we're looking for is a little bit weird. But you'll definitely get a callback if you apply for this place, being that they're a startup. Okay, so let's go over to New York City. I thought I'd search for New York just because quite a lot of companies have bases in New York. My company that I work for, we've got an office in New York. So I thought, let's see what kind of tech jobs are out there. And I found quite a few. The first being at Fox. So they're looking for a Frontend Web Developer. This one being kind of cool, that you're basically going to be working at Fox News. Now, there's no politics, take that out of this, but they're looking for somebody that can work on the real-time graphics team. So you'll probably be working on an app that used internally at Fox to sort of power their their graphics, like their breaking news graphic or something that would pop up on the screen. So if you were looking to get into the industry of maybe in the TV or media industry as a developer, this would be a good thing to apply for, regardless of what you think about Fox or who they are as a company. It's a pretty cool opportunity. Now, another interesting thing I've seen sort of now, like looking at American ads versus looking at UK ads, American ads seem to be a lot more clear with what they want. Looking for a bachelor's degree with a major in computer science, web development, graphic design, or equivalent professional experience. Have at least 5 years professional web experience. So they're definitely looking for somebody here that's quite senior. I would take a guess that if you've just done your degree, if you've just done 4 years at university and you've got a good few projects, probably you could apply for this. If you've got 4 years experience, you could apply for this. Kind of cool to see here that Fox will use Vue.js. Like, they're not using React or Angular, which is kind of interesting to see. If you've got an understanding of Adobe, so if you know how to use After Effects or Premiere Pro or Photoshop or Illustrator, that probably give you a good few pluses here. But other than that, it's a very kind of slightly generic job ad. I think for this one, if you just got out of university, you had a good amount of projects, or you're kind of a mid-level developer, I would apply for this one. But again, I wouldn't apply for this as a junior. Amazon. I just clicked on Amazon because I was like, cool, Amazon. They want people with degrees, and then their breakdown of if you don't have a degree, what you need in terms of relevant work experience is crazy. Their ad as well is kind of, they've got a hashtag in there, so that's cool. But their ad is quite thin on the ground of what you'll actually be doing. But it's Amazon, so who knows? I would apply for this job if you've got a degree, preferably if you've got a master's or if you've got like 5+ years experience. So that was interesting that Amazon are looking for devs in New York City. Bitly. At Bitly, our mission is to empower business and to create trusted, powerful, recognizable links. Oh, so it's that link company. So whenever you see shortened links anywhere on the web, this is Bitly. Okay, as a front-end developer, you will collaborate with product, design, and engineering to build impactful new features used every day by our sizable customer base. Our systems are built to process and provide analytics for over 8 billion clicks a month. So you're going to be working on a company here that gets a lot of traffic. It deals with a lot of traffic. All right, so what are they looking for? They're looking for somebody who's willing to learn, which you should always be. Possesses a strong understanding of JavaScript outside of libraries and frameworks. Write clear, concise, and tested code. So they do TDD. Process detailed knowledge of responsive CSS and HTML5. Have experience using flavor of version control. And have 3 years experience writing client-side JavaScript. Okay, so they're looking for like a mid-level. I think that would be their ideal. But again, I'd be willing to bet that if you were a very keen new graduate, or you were a very keen bootcamp grad and had a good couple of projects above and beyond sort of the stuff you'd have done on your courses, they would definitely be willing to give you a talking to. Bonus points for if you love Scrum. Experience working in a startup and familiarity with concepts like immutable data structures and functional programming. Yeah, because this company deals with 8 billion clicks and they're also a link shortener, knowing algorithms and data sorting and data structure algorithms is probably very, very important for them. They will probably ask you about that in an interview here. That's a good to know for this one. I don't care about your values. Like, are you a good company? Do you make a cool product? But this is actually a pretty cool ad for a pretty cool company, actually, I think. You're working on something quite cool here. And then finally, Vimeo. Vimeo is a video sharing website, kind of like YouTube, but a little bit more niche. So here immediately you know you're going to be working on a video on the web platform, which is kind of cool. What you'll do, build and improve tools for our video creators that combine high quality user experience with performance and scalability. Okay. Work closely with the design and product. So if you've ever been to Vimeo, they have a very sort of specific look. I think they also have insanely good responsiveness for their desktop app. And they're using JavaScript, TypeScript, React, and styled components. Okay, so that's an interesting mix of tech that they're using there. And grow technology professionally in a collaborative and inclusive environment with opportunities to learn and share with others. Okay, so big picture. They're looking for people that are pretty solid front-end developers, with like good with JavaScript and TypeScript and React, basically. They're nice to haves. Oh, look, they even say they want people with experience with React, and their nice to haves are probably any other. If you've got any other programming language like PHP or Python or anything like that, they'll probably be happy with you. And then a little bit about Vimeo. It seems they're a public company. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really say what the salary is. They don't say how many years experience they're looking for. I don't know. This one is a bit of a wild card, but again, you're dealing with video, so probably a good idea to have a good knowledge of data structures and algorithms and all that sort of stuff. Especially a bit of back-end experience is probably going to be a bonus for this one. But yeah, it's a bit of a wild card job, actually. I don't really know. I would say minimum of 2 years experience to apply for this one, but you've got to be a good developer. They're probably not just going to take anybody here. But I don't know, that's this is a bit of a wild card. I don't really know what to make of this ad. Oh, I just closed it, so I'll go back and reopen it. So lastly, I'm going to San Francisco. Obviously, I narrowed it down to San Fran and not down in Silicon Valley itself, like down here in this sort of area where Facebook and Google and all that stuff are based. I actually went for San Francisco itself, just because it just makes it a bit easier. Right, so Dropbox, number 1, HelloSign front-end engineer. So, our customers is 80,000 and growing businesses. That's got a lot of people. At HelloSign, we build... Oh, HelloSign! HelloSign is like an online document signing platform. I didn't realize it was part of Dropbox. When you start reading stuff, it all becomes clear. Help scale our products. Requirements. At least 4 years of experience building large-scale JavaScript applications. Care and quality of both product design and code base. Solid understanding of full web stack. Yeah, they probably want people that have got 4 years. This is a pretty niche product that you can't really mess up. A little bit about the company, their benefits. A little bit about HelloSign. Life at HelloSign. They're based in San Francisco in the Mission Bay area. Cool. I don't know. They don't really like the only thing that stands out to me is that they're looking for people with 4 years experience. I would believe that's probably true. I don't think you could apply for this job if you were straight out of a boot camp. Oh, another thing here is actually interesting to note is jQuery. This isn't the first time I've seen jQuery pop up, which leads me to believe that even in 2019, jQuery is still relevant. That is because a lot of stuff on the web still uses jQuery. It still has jQuery built into it. You might be using plugins or stuff that's built with jQuery. So jQuery is still very much relevant in 2019. But yeah, don't apply for this job if you haven't got 4 years experience. They seem like a pretty legit place. I don't know how willing they would be to give bootcamp grads a shot, unfortunately. This one is art.com. I don't know what art.com is, but I assume they deal with art. There it is again. Literally, like I just said, at Dropbox, here at art.com, they're using jQuery. jQuery is still relevant in 2019. This is cool. I don't know what art.com is, but that's a really nice thing to see in a job ad. 1 to 3 years experience. So you could be a junior here. You can be somebody straight out of boot camp, straight out of college. Somebody that you've been working, teaching yourself for the last year, building projects. You can apply here. They'll probably look at your CV. If that is you, make sure you have all this stuff on there. Or make sure you at least know how to talk about this stuff. But it's a pretty bog standard job role, to be honest. Do you know HTML, CSS? Do you know Angular, React, or Vue? So look, it's experience with a JavaScript library or framework is a plus. My guess here is you're going to be dealing with a lot of legacy code. You're going to be dealing with a lot of legacy software, and maybe building new stuff, but that's probably why you need to know jQuery, and that's why they put it right there front and center for you. Bright idea, a software engineer, front end. We're looking for a front end engineer with a desire to mentor, motivate, and deliver quality code. Oh my god, okay, so these guys are a little bit more stringent with what they're looking for. Do you have 4 years as a developer, but then on top of that, 2 years as a React developer? So have you been doing React for at least 2 of your 4 years as a developer, is what this is saying. Experience with LAMP or Mean. Ooh. Experience with other frameworks, such as Backbone or Angular. So now they don't list the Angular, but they're probably looking for people that know how to teach themselves and how to learn. I'm actually bored of this ad. I don't really care about it. Nielsen are that weird company that used to do, like, whenever you see like TV ratings, be like, oh yeah, Nielsen numbers. Like they had that like weird little black box. I never met anybody. I've read some articles about them. They seem like a freaky weird company, but somehow they can count how many people are watching TV, and that's how they get numbers. Anyway, tangent. Okay, so senior, 5 years experience. Can you work with React, JavaScript, ES6? Self-awareness. Cool. That is a weird thing as a requirement. Bonus points: Golang, a passion for great UI, experience with Elasticsearch, and cloud experience. So this says to me that this is a little more of a full stack role. But that's probably a given, seeing as they're looking for seniors. They're probably expecting you to come in knowing a little bit more than sort of a new dev or even somebody like myself. But yeah. And then the final one that I found in San Fran was a front-end software developer for baseball data at MLB.com. So like the Major League Baseball, which I thought was kind of cool. If you're into baseball and you're a developer, this could be like your dream job. So if you are a developer into baseball and you live in San Francisco, go and apply for this job. They are looking, though, for people that know Java, Spring, SQL, JavaScript, React, Scala, Akka, R, and more. They're looking for a full stack developer here, and not just any old, full stack web. They're looking for a full stack like software engineer. But being that they're in San Francisco, I don't think they're spoiled. Like they might be spoiled for choice, to be honest. I didn't think about that when I opened this ad. But change the way that baseball is consumed. Again, if you're a baseball fan and an engineer, this is the job for you. Experience using JVM languages like Java. So they're probably doing Java backend, basically, and then feeding the data and then putting it out on the front in JavaScript and React. They're probably looking for somebody who is a full stack dev, or somebody that's come from a backend world, so like come from a Java backend world, but can also do React. Experience with AWS, with messaging queries, ActiveMQ, Kafka. Experience with SQL databases. Yeah, this is way above my pay grade. This is also way above my knowledge grade. I just opened this one because I thought it was cool that CMLB.com, like advertising. And one of the other things that I found, just sort of coincidentally looking through this stuff, was just the difference in salaries. This isn't related in any way, but so this is a screenshot I took when I just did the London one. The salary estimates are starting from £40,000 all the way up to £75,000. Like, that's pretty good salaries for the UK, and especially for London, that's pretty good. Then when I searched San Francisco, the salary estimations are a little bit different. Even accounting for the exchange rate, it made me a bit sad to see that that's what the salaries are looking at in San Fran. And then similarly in New York, I shed a little tear when I realized how much more devs make in the US than they do here in the UK. But yeah, maybe we'll go to America one day. So that was me going on for a while about job ads. But I'll go back out to that camera now and can carry on the video there. So I'd say my main takeaway from this little exercise has been read between the lines. Sort of look at what the people are writing in a job ad and then kind of try to get into their head and understand what they actually mean. I mean, a lot of times in companies, HR or human resourcing departments are the ones that are putting ads out there, or internal recruiters are putting ads out there. And if they're recruiting for technical roles, they might not understand what's actually required. And they might sort of just improvise. They might have heard the word Java at some point, not knowing that they are looking for JavaScript developers. But that's something always you have to have in the back of your mind, that the person writing the ad isn't technical in any way. So you have to sort of give them a bit of the benefit of the doubt. Another thing about job ads is that they are the ideal candidate, i.e. they're the unicorn, they're the person that doesn't really exist, but that sort of is the perfect idea of who the company is looking to employ. So that all being said, you don't need to tick every box on their list of requirements. If you tick 5 out of 8 or 7 out of 10, send in an application, send in your CV, send in your resume. You have nothing to lose by doing that, because you're probably going to get looked at and be like, okay, this person ticks off quite a few of the boxes we're looking for, so let's give them a call or get them in and see, and we'll take it from there. I think it's very rare that a job ad looking for somebody, that person will fit every single thing they're looking for on that job ad. Another thing you can take away from these job ads is how to word your resumes. So if you see a job ad has a lot of technical skills they're looking for, and you know those technical skills, well, make sure they're the first things that are up there on your resume. So the person reviewing it, that's the first thing they see. Similarly, if they're looking for a lot of soft skills, or they're looking for a lot of, if you've done any business stuff before, get that to the top of your CV. So really take what they're looking for in the job ad and get that to the top of your resume. So the first thing that they're seeing is, the main bulk of what they're looking for in the ad. Another little tip is that if you've seen a job ad on Indeed, go over to the company website and look and see if the job is advertised there too. Now, this can teach you two things. Number one, an Indeed ad might have been up for a while, and the company isn't currently recruiting for that role that they have the ad out for. Another thing is that sometimes a company website might have a direct email link to the person recruiting for the role. They might have a direct email link for internal recruiters. You might be able to get a bit more information about the role as well from a company website. So it's always worth doing that extra little level of research and checking to see if there is anything on a company website, because you're probably going to get a bit more information out of it that way. So that was kind of my tips of looking through job ads and sort of reading between the lines. If you like this video or like this content that I'm doing on this channel and you haven't done so already, then please go ahead and subscribe over here. And if you're interested in the stuff I'm making, there should be a video up here that the YouTube algorithm is recommending you watch. And on that note, thanks a lot for watching yourself, and I'll see you again next time.